In my weakest moment, you call me by name. You call me wide open. You play me like a game. This is what it's like living in your life. I wished I never, I wished I never, I wished I never met you. Weakest moment, you call me by name. You call me wide open. You play me like a game. This is what it's like living in your life. I wished I never, I wished I never, I wished I never met you. Weakest moment, you call me by name. You call me wide open. You play me like a game. This is what it's like living in your life. I wished I never, I wished I never, I wished I never met you. Weakest moment, you call me by name. You call me wide open. You play me like a game. This is what it's like living in your life. I wished I never, I wished I never, I wished I never met you. Weakest moment, you call me by name. You call me wide open. You play me like a game. This is what it's like living in your life. I wished I never, I wished I never, I wished I never met you. my weakest moment, you call me by name. You cut me wide open. You play me like a game. This is what it's like living in your life. I wished I never. I wished I never. I wished I never met you. Day to day, every day, you don't know the things I go through. Day to day, every day, day to day, every day, you don't know the things I go through. Day to day, every day, day to day, every day. In my weakest moment, you call me by name. You cut me wide open. You play me like a game. This is what it's like living in your life. I wished I never. I wished I never. I wished I never met you. Day to day, every day, you don't know the things I go through. Day to day, every day, day to day, every day, you don't know the things I go through. Day to day, every day, day to day, every day. In my weakest moment, you call me by name. You cut me wide open. You play me like a game. This is what it's like living in your life. I wished I never. I wished I never. I wished I never met you.
Here we go, folks. It's the moment you've been waiting for. The 2025 motorsport season begins here at Abu Dhabi in the meeting place of champions, the Marina circuit. After last year's fantastic F4 UAE Championship, we've kicked it up a notch. Now we've upgraded. It's the complete battle for the F4 Middle East Championship. Visiting the Marina circuit here in Abu Dhabi 3 times, along with the Dubai Autodrome, and at the end of the season at the Lusail International Circuit in Qatar. And what a fantastic season we have ahead of us. After qualifying earlier today, it looks as if the lessons have been learned from last year. Freddie Slater was the king of the hill for the Mumbai Falcons racing team. But this year, it looks like the squad are already starting on the back foot. Emanuele Olivieri and Alex Powell have come straight out of the blocks for Race GP after their man Tuka Tarpanen took the Formula Regional title last year. Here in F4, it looks like all the homework has paid off, and the Italian and the American are going to be fighting it out in pole position in Race 1 and Race 3. It's going to be Olivieri and Powell on the front row of the grid this time. As you can hear, the cars are now leaving the pit lane to make their way here to the starting grid, and it really is going to be exciting. Plus, not only have we got the added thrill of the drivers returning from last year, we've also got a whole host of rookies who are going to be charging their way forward as well. 13 rookies on the starting grid for this first weekend of the championship. And while there are some drivers who have raced on this circuit before, some who have raced an F4 car before, there are others who have never been under the lights and never been around this race circuit. I caught up with a few of the drivers earlier on in the weekend as they prepare to kickstart this season. So with this championship being as competitive as it is, there's a lot of new faces, but a lot of returning faces as well. You've obviously got to keep one eye on people like Thomas Starchemanis, very quick out of the blocks. Kian Nakamura-Berti, your rival over at Mumbai Falcons. How do you think it's going to be, no longer as a teammate to him, but now going from an opposing team? Is that why you made the switch?
Yeah, I think it will be a highly competitive championship. It always is, and that's what makes it so exciting. So it's a great way to start the year. You know, it really pushes us forward. They've been very strong in the testing so far, so I'm sure they'll definitely be one of our challengers. But at the end, it's great to have a lot of competition. That's what we have over here. I think what's important is to focus on ourselves, especially in the practice and the qualifying. Really do the best that we can, maximize our performance, and then of course, in the race it's a different story. It's every man for themselves, right? But for the time being, we just kind of need to focus on our own camp, and I'm sure we'll end up hopefully giving them a good run for their money. So we'll see where we end up. But for the time being, we just need to focus on what we're doing, make sure we're executing best as possible, and we'll see where we end up come qualifying.
And you're working with a really successful team, Pinnacle Motorsport, who have done an amazing job both in Formula Regional and F4. Is the target to learn with these guys in F4 and then work your way up?
Yeah, for me, Middle East Championship, which is really a great championship and many good drivers from all over the world. And working with Pinnacle Motorsport is really nice for me as well. I will try to improve as much as possible and learn from here, and then I will just take this opportunity to improve as much as possible.
It's great to see someone like you putting Macau on the international map after your predecessor Andre Couto was so strong in single-seaters. Now you've been racing in F4 in China, in Australia, and across Asia. Here you are again in the Middle East. What do you think is going to be the key factor using all that experience to go for the victories?
I mean, it's just going to be keeping a calm head, because, you know, this sport for somebody who's young can be really nerve-wracking when you're like 15 years old in a car and on a proper racetrack. It's something that can really get you nervous. And once you've got experience, you have to take advantage of the fact that you won't have as much nerves as other people, and you'll keep a cool head. And after a session, if it doesn't go well, you're not just gonna get mad, get frustrated, and you're like, oh, I can't improve, you get mad. You need to keep a calm head and do everything patiently.
And you followed a very similar career path to Oliver Bearman in the sense that he went straight out of karting without going to the World Championships and straight in at F4. It worked out well for him. Have you found that it's actually been better suited to your style of driving, jumping into cars?
Yeah, I think cars are definitely better suited to me, just as I had little experience in karting. I only had like 2.5 years experience because I jumped in when I was 12 into karting, and now we decided to get the head start in F4 rather than wasting like a lot of time in seniors higher karting.
Of course, we get to race in our home country for you guys, the Lusail International Circuit. That must be so exciting to finish the year in your home country.
Yeah, we're excited, especially because we like the competition and we would like to bring this competition towards Qatar, and we enjoy the thrill and everything, so we're really excited.
And for you as well, of course, Tamim, with this being your first campaign as a racing driver in a racing car, to be racing at Lusail, where Formula One is now a permanent fixture, how exciting is that?
It's very exciting. Looking forward to it. Of course, you have to train on the sim to be ready for the track especially. So yeah, very excited.
And you guys have got it in stereo now in terms of competition, because not only are you teammates, but you're also siblings, so there must be some interesting wars about who gets to do the washing up when you get home, or something along those lines?
Yeah.
You always work together?
That'll be fun, but during the race, when the visor's down, it's different.
So it's not a rivalry, it's more shake and bake, right?
Yes.
Fantastic, guys. We're looking forward to seeing you out there. Good luck.
Thank you.
Great to hear from the brothers Taha Hasiba and his younger brother Tamim, as well as hearing from the competitors that we saw in our introduction there. Adam Al-Azadi of the Yas Heat Racing Academy, Alex Powell and Emily Cotti, both of Race GP, Tiago Rodriguez from Evans GP, Kyohu Lee of Pinnacle Motorsport, and of course we saw the two Qatari Motor and Motorcycle Federation drivers, Taha Hasiba and his younger brother Tamim. Happy birthday, Tamim Habisaba, by the way. Tamim Hasiba having his birthday and his first car race all on the same day. I can't think of a better birthday present. Here we go into the breach then. Formula Middle East season on the Grand Prix circuit here at Yas Marina, kicking off in fantastic style and under the lights as well. It couldn't really be any better, could it? 315 meters to the first point on the course, 5,281 meters in length, 16 corners, plenty of overtaking places. We talked about this briefly in qualifying. Before, when this circuit was first opened in 2009, this was very much a driver's circuit. Since the adaptations and the changes in the corner profiles in 2021, this has changed from being a driver's circuit to a racer's circuit. Emanuele Olivieri, a man you've definitely got to bookmark for the future, put it on pole position in qualifying earlier this morning, 1:55.708 for the Italian. And as you saw on his helmet, he carries Audi logos from his local branch. But if they get wind that they've got a fast-charging Italian representing Audi on the main stage, when they come into Formula One next year, he could well be joining their stable. Next up alongside him is going to be the young man from Miami, although of course he also represents Jamaica. Everyone back in Kingston is going to be very proud of this young man, the nephew of the Olympic superstar Asafa Powell. There is Alex Powell getting himself ready for a fantastic night under the stars, and he will have a very strong charge from second on the grid. He's also got pole position for race 3 tomorrow. He's got to be a championship contender. Here is the grid in full. Emanuele Olivieri and Alex Powell on the front row of the grid. Kia Nakamura Berta and Sebastian Weldon, the son of the late great Dan Weldon. The two won by Falcon drivers, 3rd and 4th on the grid. Kia Nakamura Berta, of course, an early championship favourite. 5th on the grid, Adam Al-Azadi for the Yas Heat Racing Academy. He's going to be an interesting one to watch on home soil. He only lives a few miles down the road in Dubai. Salim Hanna, the Colombian, under the tutelage of Juan Pablo Montoya. Thomas Stolchemanis of Latvia alongside the Macanese driver Thiago Rodriguez. Then Chijin Ri along with Renault Frankfurt, Alexander Savinkov alongside Fu Yuhao. There is Kiya Nakamura-Berta gearing himself up from third on the starting grid. 13th on the grid is the Hungarian Martin Molnar. He will line up alongside the Indian talent Arjun Chaheda. Then it is Australia's Seth Gilmore alongside the South African rookie Cole Hewitson. Then the Ukrainian Alexander Bondarev. He will line up with Emily Cotti as we focus on the American. There is Sebastian Weldon in the F4 Trophy here in the UAE in December. He absolutely blitzed the field on 2 out of 3 occasions. Now he's got the chance to kick off a big title attack. So Alexander Bondarev and Emily Cotti, 17th and 18th on the starting grid, and they will be up in front of Hamda Al-Kubaisi, a former race winner in this championship, and David Kozma. The pride of the United Arab Emirates at the sharp end of the field, Adam Al-Azadi, 5th on the grid for the Yas Heat Academy. We heard from him a little earlier on, and in his first race of the season, he is right up in 5th position. Of course, he spent the entirety of the season in 2024 racing in the F4 Spanish Championship. Now he is very much a man ready to command his troops in the Yas Heat Academy. It'll be fantastic to see what he can do from 5th on the grid. So we've got more great drivers to focus in on. There is the grid in full then. Let's talk you through it one by one. Emanuele Olivieri and Alex Powell, the teammates at Race GP. Kiya Nakamura-Berta, championship favourite, 3rd on the grid. He was the rookie champion last year. Sebastian Weldon, 4th position on the grid, the American, doing such a great job at the tail end of last season. Adam Al-Azari, 5th on the grid from Salim Hanna, the Colombian. His teammate, Thomas Stolchemanis, 7th on the grid. Then Thiago Rodriguez, the Macanese driver, P8. 9th on the grid for Chijin Ru. Then it is the Dutchman, Renault Frankfurt, rounding out the top 10. Then it's Alexander Savinkov, 11th on the grid for the man under an Italian license. 12th place for Fu Yuhao of China, looking very strong. Then it's the Hungarian Martin Molnar, doing a good job in his first full season internationally. Arjun Chaheda, the Indian, 14th on the grid. Then Seth Gilmore, 15th on the grid, alongside the South African youngster Cole Hewitson for Excel Motorsport. 17th on the grid, it's the Bison, Alexander Bondarev in his first full season in cars, alongside another driver in her first full season of cars, Emily Cotti, Super 1 Junior Rotax champion last year. Hamda Al-Kubaisi, a winner here in Abu Dhabi in the past in this championship. David Kozma, the Romanian, stepping up to F4 racing from the world of karting. Japanese driver Yuta Suzuki, 21st on the grid, alongside the Qatari driver Bader Al-Sulaiti. Then it's the Korean Kyoho Lee, alongside a young man from Dubai, August Raber. He's very relieved to be racing on home soil. 25th on the grid for Taha Hasiba. Then it is Abdullah Ayman Kamel from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Then it is Wang Uzhe, and then alongside him, the birthday boy, Tamim Hasiba. And rounding out the field in 29th position, it will be Farah Al-Youssef, who will be starting the race from the pit lane. So the contenders are on the formation lap. 28 minutes go on the clock, and we are ready for a very exciting race battle. My goodness me, it will be really exciting to see how the battles continue. Manage to work our way forward as we drive in great position. This first lap of the season could have a lot of surprises. Don't forget, there's a lot of drivers in this field that are returning after a rookie campaign or a couple of race weekends last year who now want to step up and take the authority of racing for the title. All eyes are going to be on the British-Japanese Kiya Nakamura-Berta, won the rookie title last year, actually pitched for the title itself as well. So without his main opposition from last year, Freddie Slater and Keanu Al-Azadi, on paper he should be the strongest, but he is lining up 3rd on the grid behind Emanuele Olivieri and Alex Powell, the teammates at Race GP. Plus he's got his American teammate Sebastian Weldon directly behind him. Adam Al-Azadi and Salim Hanna have come fresh out of the blocks, and they want to be very quick indeed. Expect some fireworks this season too from Thomas Stolchemanis and Thiago Rodriguez, both race winners in F4 and both very competitive. A lot of drivers, of course, use this Middle East F4 Championship as a bit of a practice run for the full campaign that they will do in Italy, whether that's in Britain, whether that's in Italy, whether that's in Spain. It's obviously very much down to the choice of the driver, but this is always a good warm-up for the season. And what a perfect place to do it. They go round the hairpin where Max Verstappen took on Lewis Hamilton and claimed his first of 4 World Championships in the now infamous season finale battle. They call this place the meeting place of champions. We are on our way to crown our first of the season in 2025. The F4 Middle East and Formula Regional Middle East Championships one of the first sets of championships to be crowned in the 2025 motorsport season. And certainly one of the biggest sets of clues as to what's to come up ahead. All eyes to the timing screens, all eyes to the monitors, as the Mumbai Falcons and Prema crews that work in collaboration are hoping to try and find something special here to take on Emanuele Olivieri and Alex Powell. It will be down to them to lead the cavalry. Kia Nakamura Berti, the traditional Mumbai Falcons racing colours. Sebastian Weldon, the American, in the Gamebridge racing colours, made famous by the Andretti Autosport IndyCar team. Olivieri and Powell for Race GP on the front row of the grid though. They seem to be a bit of an immovable force at the moment as they run in close proximity. How is this going to fare? Lots of big talent on the grid. Race winners in F4 all the way down the line. Thomas Stolchemanis, Tiago Rodriguez, even the likes of Renault Francote and Hamda Al-Kubaisi in the field. But there's all sorts of challenges up in front. As into the pit lane, that looks to me like the number 4. It is indeed, that is Farah Al Yusuf, the 22-year-old from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Announced that she'll be competing in F1 Academy in Saudi Arabia later this year. She is also an engineering student under the tutelage of many fantastic people and part of the Formula Woman program. Green flag at the back of the field for the first time in 2025. We're going to have 5 lights on and the charge forward. Lights on. Lights out, and we're racing, and it's a good start at the front of the field for the 2 Race GP cars. They surge forward. Looks like we've got a non-starter. It's August Raber at the back of the field in the Yazheed car. Hopefully he can get it moving, but as the field work their way through to the first corner, it's going to be an interesting challenge. It looks like someone's got some damage at the back. It looks like it could be one of the Race GP cars, so we could have had a little bit of a clatter already, and one of them appears to be gone. I think there's only one Race GP car at the front, and it looks to me as though it is Emanuele Olivieri. So we've already got a little bit of drama at the first lap of the race as one of the front row men in Race GP have got a problem. So there's yellow flags already, cars trying their best to skid a way through at the W Hotel, but already there's big pressure as a couple of drivers in trouble. That is definitely one of the Race GP cars at the back, but which one is it? I think it is Alex Powell. So Emanuele Olivieri, I do believe, has held his position at the front end of the field. The 68 still up in the front end. Then in second place, that is the Mumbai Falcons car of, I think, Kia Nakamura Berti. No, it's not. That is actually the hard-charging Salim Hanna. So it's been a really exciting start to this first race, as all sorts of things have come a cropper for the top 5. So some big problems then for Alex Powell as he works his way through. The rest of the race is going to be a bit of a charge forward for him. So big problems already for Tiago Rodriguez and Fuyu Hao as well. They've also dropped back out of the top 10. But Alex Powell, bad luck is once again the way his season starts in 2025 as he drops the... Oh, and that's a retirement. Straight into the barriers. That is Fuyu Hao, just as he did in practice earlier today and just as he did in qualifying as well. So big problems for Fuyu Hao, and we are under safety car. Well, that is a breath of fresh air for Alex Powell, because it gives him a chance to close up on the rest of the field and start to go through it like cannon fire. But what a disaster for Alex Powell, the boy from Jamaica, who races under an American license, lives in Miami in Florida, of course, and he is certainly Florida's best chance of a Grand Prix victory in the future, but certainly not tonight under the stars at United Arab Emirates. Safety car is out on Olivieri. Now has Nakamura Berti and Thomas Stolchemanis right underneath him. So it wasn't Hanna, it was the hard-charging Stolchemanis who shot through from 7th on the grid to 3rd. I told you he was going to be a threat. So Stolchemanis has made an absolute flyer of a launch. 4th position Weldon, then it's Hanna, Chi, Alazadi, Savinkov doing a good job off the start. Martin Molnar in 9th place, the Hungarian, doing a beautiful job. And Seth Gilmore behind Arjun Jaheda as they scrabbled over the top 10. Cole Hewittson's up to 12th. Alexander Bondarev's had a good start. He's up to 13th. So already some good moves made in the early part of the race. But really disappointing for Renault Francote, down to 14th. Tiago Rodriguez down to 16th. Hamda Al-Kubaisi losing a position down to 20th. But real problems for Alex Powell and August Raber as they find themselves down at the very back of the field at the end of the first lap. What a disaster. Unfortunately for both, Fuyu Hao going off the road gives them a chance to catch up to the field again. So now we wait to see if Fuyu Hao is actually going to get his chance to recover and get back into the race again, whether he's going to be parked there for the night. Very disappointing indeed for Fu Yu Hao, and not the start he wanted for the XL Motorsport team, that is for sure. So we're going to have to figure out the difficulties again. It's really unfortunate for Fu Yu Hao. He was actually really strong in practice yesterday, both in the morning and afternoon sessions, and he was very much knocking on the door of top 10 pace throughout. So I don't know what's happened overnight, but this morning, for some reason, the car just doesn't seem to be suiting his style. He dropped it in qualifying too, and now he's dropped it on the first lap of the race. Might not be his fault, of course, because we know how difficult it is to work your way through the cluster effect of cars going into the W Hotel. He could well have ended up in contact with somebody. We'll try and get a replay of it if we get the opportunity, but there's a lot of things going on all at the same time. So we just need to make sure that we focus on what is necessary to look at. So let's see how it all continues to play out. Olivieri, Nakamura Berta, Stolchamanis, Weldon, Hanna, Chi and Al-Azari from the Southern Crop and Volnar. Then we have Jaheda ahead of Seth Gilmore, Cole Hewitson and Alexander Pondarev, then Renault Francote, Yuto Suzuki, and then it is Thiago Rodriguez in 16th in front of Emily Cotti, one of the many rookie drivers in this race, doing a fair job. Kyahu Lee just in behind her, and then Beda Al-Sulaiti and Hamda Al-Kubaisi, Taha Hasiba in front of David Cosma, then Wang Ujur, Abdullah Ayman Kamel, Tamim Hasiba, the birthday boy, in front of Alex Powell, August Raber and Farah Al-Youssef. So just one retirement from the race, and that is Fu Yu Hao. Brought out the safety car. I have a feeling the safety car could well be in at the end of this lap. It looks as though they've managed to recover the car fairly quickly. We'll figure out whether the race will get underway again, because the lights will extinguish on the top of the safety car, and then it will be down to Emanuele Olivieri to control the pace of the field on the restart. So let's see how it is going to rejoin. Olivieri, a lot of conversation down at Race GP at the moment, because of course they've got one man up at the front and one man down at the back. It's a real race of ambivalence for them. They found the pace over Mumbai Falcons, but they haven't got the luck just at the moment in the first part of the season. It hasn't really worked out well for them. So Olivieri will lead the field round. We're not going to go green this time by. Clearly there is still a little bit of work to do on the far side of the circuit to recover Fu Yu Hao. It's in a rather awkward position there at the W Hotel, so the recovery truck has obviously got to make its way to that point on the course, and they've got to get the car to a safe point, then they have to return the safety truck to its original location, and they have to do so with full communication. This is a tricky circuit for recoveries. It's not as clear-cut as you might think it is, and just because this is a Formula 1 grade circuit doesn't mean we have the same Formula 1 facilities that they bring with them every week, so you have to bear that in mind. So somebody coming into the pits there, that is the 41, that's Alex Powell. So Alex Powell is coming in. Now, is that to retire the car, or is that to put on a fresh set of tyres? Because if he does decide to try and make up some positions, he has a chance to recover the weekend a little bit here. If he puts on a fresh set of tyres from the back of the field, and if he can charge his way back to the middle of the field, well, to 12th position, then he can get himself to the front of the field for race 2 tomorrow morning. So it makes a lot of sense for Alex Powell to put on a fresh set of tyres if he can get back out there, because then he can be on a better set of tyres than the rest of the drivers around him. He can push his way further forward. It does compromise him, of course, for race 3, but when he's already compromised in race 1, he can actually try and get himself into a reasonable position for this one and then go for a victory in race 2. It's all about damage limitation, and that looks more than a set of tyres, doesn't it? Something is not right with Alex Powell's Race GP car. Not the way to start the season at all. So they've just got to hope that the car is going to fire on all of its cylinders so that they can send him out again. What a shame. That's not what you want to see. You want these races to go hammer and tongs for every single point, not to be sat in the pit lane hoping they can get it started up again. Safety car will be in this lap. So if Alex Powell can get out of the pits now, which he is doing, then his race has effectively started now. He's got to push like crazy to catch the back of the field and then be ready to go for the battle again. So let's see if we are going to be in the right position to move forward. Safety car will come out of the hairpin and then the lights will go out. and it's all going to come down to Emanuele Olivieri. He's got to control the pace with Nakamura Berta and Stolchamanis right behind him. Now watch on this restart, because Nakamura Berta has a bit of a habit on restarts. He's really, really strong. So this could be a great chance to move forward. So let's see if they are going to have a strong push forward. There you go, safety car has released them. It's going to make its way back to the pits. So now it's time for Emanuele Olivieri to stack the pack and go for broke. Kia Nakamura Berta and Thomas Stolchamanis have to respond in kind. There's the Evans GP team getting themselves ready for their relaunch. And they're going to have some big firepower when they come through the final couple of corners of the lap, of course. So now it's all going to come down to when Olivieri decides to drop the hammer and push for the position. He'll come out of the final turn, he'll wait for the throttle, he'll probably power through the chicane and then push his way further forward. So the contenders are working their way forward out of the final chicane. They will come through. Here we go. And Emanuele Olivieri has got a perfect start in front of Kia Nakamura Berta. Thomas Stolchamanis in third place. Weldon in fourth. Hanna in fifth. Chi in sixth from Elazari, Savinkov, Molnar and Chaheda. So down to the hairpin we go. And it's going to be an interesting one round the far side. That looks like a mistake there on the inside line. Will come out of Elazari, and that puts him into P6. He absolutely mugs Chi Junru. Brilliantly done from Adam Elazari to go up into P6. He was ready for that on the restart, and so the Yazheed driver up into P6. Meanwhile, side by side, we've got the Axel GP driver working his way side to side there. That looked like Renault Frecko going to battle with Alexander Bondarev under the W Hotel. The left, with the second left, and then on the way down to the final corners of the Formula One layout. It's exactly the same circuit, but of course our start finish straight is on the back straight for Formula One. It's in the support pit lane as we go past the Formula One pits, which this weekend is being occupied by the sports cars. It's all going to be down to Nakamura Berta and Thomas Stolchamanis to close up on the race leader, Emanuele Olivieri. Sebastian Weldon P4. There's Bondarev trying to shake off Renault Franco. Goes a little bit wide. That's all the invitation Franco needs to challenge him as he goes through the left. Then he'll work his way through the right and down the drop. Can Franco turn this into an overtake? Bondarev trying to shut him down. It looks as though he's found the momentum over the crest. Good job. Franco working hard to get ahead. Bondarev working hard to shake him down. Excellent work. Out in front, Olivieri's leading. And look, he's trying to break the toe of Nakamura Berta. Look in the distance, and you can see for yourself that Olivieri is desperately trying to get rid of Nakamura Berta, with Stolchamanis in third position, Weldon in fourth place, then Hanna, Chi Junru, Adam Elazari and Alexander Savinkov, with Martin Molnar and Arjun Chaheda. Here they come down the main straight again, and it's Olivieri from Nakamura Berta and Stolchamanis. Then it's Weldon, Hanna, Elazari. Down to the first hairpin. And already a really solid run. Contenders are going to push very hard indeed here as they go wheel to wheel. Looks like a little bit of pressure there from Seth Gilmore on Cole Hewitson. The two of them were having a nice little duel, and we're looking at Nadal Sulaiti having a bit of a challenge there from Kyohu Lee. So some good performances. Looks like track limits warnings for Adam Elazari. He's got his first warning from turn 7. That is the final corner on the circuit, effectively. So he's got to be very careful that he doesn't overshoot. And there was a little bit of a moment there from one of the pinnacles, I think that is, just going a little bit over the apron. And he's going to have a little bit of pressure now. I think that was actually potentially Wagajeur having a bit of a moment there with David Kozma. So some good battles. If not, that was certainly Hamir Al-Kubaisi having an attack on Kyohu Lee. I think it might have been the latter, to be honest. Now to the left-hander through the square left that makes up the first corner of Formula One. So still they work forward. Emanuele Olivieri leads the race by 0.6 of a second in front of Kia Nakamura Berta, then Thomas Stolchamanis, Sebastian Weldon and the rookie driver Salim Hanna, who is currently the leading rookie. Second rookie is Chi Junru, and there's a big chance forward from Renault Franco. He tries to play Bondarev and into the fence. He manages to turn it into an overtake. Brilliant from Bondarev, but he runs wide, and so they're going to be 3 wide down the back straight. Seth Gilmore trying to get back on terms with Bondarev. Bondarev was so busy defending Franco, he then turned it into a move. He's had to let Gilmore go, and now Franco gets up alongside him. So as they work their way into position, It's going to be a really interesting challenge for them as they come back through. The As Heat mechanics are there on the pit wall observing it all. They come off the final turn and we're about to find out who has moved forward. Meanwhile, there's still a good battle going on here for Chi Jin-rui. Having a nice little duel with Alexander Savinkov. Then it's Martin Molnar. There is the Hungarian for Evans GP, doing a good job there in front of Arjun Jaheda for Mumbai Falcons. The Indian driver still having a very solid and smooth race at the moment. Who is it that came through in front? It was Cole Hewitson who got the better of both Renaud Franco and Seth Gilmore, with Alexander Bondarev dropping behind them. So excellent work from the South African. He was really doing a fine job tonight, making up a lot of places all the way to 11th. So well done to Cole Hewitson. Definitely putting in a good showing at the present moment in time. Still Olivieri from Nakamura Berta, Stolchimanis, Weldon, Hanna, Al-Azali and Chi Jin-rui. So a lot of opportunities there as the contenders work their way down the main straight again. But Olivieri is starting to kick it on. 1:56.243 on the last lap. Nakamura Berta and Thomas Stolchimanis are dropping back ever further. Weldon there, still there in 4th position, but he just can't quite get close enough to his opponents to really take them on. Of course, they're not just his opponents, they're his teammates as well. So Alex Powell has not made the progress he would have liked. He is currently still down in 27th position. He's about 7 seconds off the back of the field. So he hasn't really been able to make up the time that he lost earlier on, I'm afraid. There's still 28 of the 29 competitors still racing. The only retirement for Yuhao. Track limits warning for the first time for the 52. That is Alexander Savinkov. So he's got to be careful of exceeding track limits. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all continues on. Olivieri, Nakamura Berta, Stolchimanis, Weldon, and then Salim Hanna with Adam Al-Azali. And Chi Jin-rui, Alexander Savinkov, Martin Molnar and Arjun Jaheda. There's a great battle coming down the straight as Arjun Jaheda is going to have a real tussle here with Cole Hewitson and Martin Molnar. Look at Hewitson, he's absolutely rocketing through past Martin Molnar, and on the far side it looks as though he's going to have a try at Arjun Jaheda as Martin Molnar bounces back and Hewitson comes through past both of them. Now he's got to back off as through comes Molnar to get back through to the trio. Excellent work from Hewitson, but very strong from Molnar. Was not about to let the difficulties coming out of the final turn get him down. Had the line for the inside. Big switch from Arjun Jaheda. And as a result, Renaud Franco is closing up on him. Franco's just got to keep his wits about him here. I think he's going to have a move on Arjun Jaheda. So as they come out of the W Hotel, a really strong challenge. It could be very interesting to see how it continues. And here they come towards us, and at the moment Franco can't quite deal with Arjun Jaheda. But Jaheda still looking good. Down the main straight on the Grand Prix circuit. Olivieri still stretching away. The gap is up to a second now, so that is perfect from his point of view. Doesn't even need to worry too much about Nakamura Berta closing him down. So Olivieri can really control the pace out in front. 11 minutes still to go. Nakamura Berta leads Stolchimanis in 2nd and 3rd. Weldon in 4th, Hanna in 5th, and Al-Azali, Chi, Savinkov, Jaheda and Hewitson. And here comes the move from Franco. Diving through on the inside on the exit, though. He's going to scrub off the speed, and that'll be perfect for Arjun Jaheda. But Franco's not done. He's going to line up right behind him and try and make the bid. As just in front of them, we've got a great battle developing now as well between... And that is going to be Franco working his way on the tail of Arjun Jaheda, but I think that's also Hewitson and Molnar still having a terrific battle. This is the battle for 4th position. Weldon has been caught by Adam Al-Azali and Salim Hanna. Now, what a chance this is for Adam Al-Azali. You could just finish this race one place away from the podium. Meanwhile, still kicking on as Renaud Franco goes off the racetrack to try and get up the inside line of the XL car. Cole Hewitson is going to be cannon fodder, and he gets the move done. Renaud Franco through on the inside line of Cole Hewitson, but he had to leave the circuit to do it. Will that count as gaining an advantage by going off? I'll have to have a look at it. Meanwhile, Renaud Franco is now chasing the Hungarian, Martin Molnar, doing a great job. He was in the British F4 Championship last year. Here he is in the Middle East, continuing his development. The 95 has been given a warning for track limits. That is Beda Al-Salaiti. Still good racing as they come off the final corner of the Formula 1 configuration. Now the main straight. which this weekend is being usurped by the 6 hours of Abu Dhabi. The sports car race taking place tomorrow, of course. And here tonight, under the lights, the drivers are really putting it on. Having a very exciting race of it. They storm their way through on the far side of the course. Just trying to find that little bit of extra pace to try and close up on the car in front. They have a really tough job of it. It's about who's brave in the braking zone. That's the thing. You can get as close to the car up in the sharp end, but it will be a really interesting run. Well, it's all worry at Evans GP. They're clearly concerned for something. Trying to keep an eye on the timing screen by the look of it. Why not use one of the spare tyres to keep an eye on things? They might even be watching what we're watching. There's Olivieri. 1.6 clear now of Kia Nakamura-Berta, who is now 2 seconds clear of Stolchamanis. But now we've got a war for 4th position. Weldon, Al-Azadi and Salim Hanna. The American, the young man from Dubai and the Colombian. 3 drivers all battling for position. 3 different teams as well, of course. My apologies, it is only 2 because it turns out that Adam Al-Azadi is in a Yaz Heat sandwich on Mumbai Falcons bread at the moment. It just turns out that Sebastian Weldon's car does not look like a Mumbai Falcons because it's in the Cambridge colours, made famous by the Andretti Autosport team in IndyCar. Check out this squabble as Martin Molnar again holds firm from Renault Franco to Cole Hewinson. And there is an incident at turn 12 on lap 1 under investigation. That is Fu Hao and Renault Franco. Okay, so that tells us a little bit about what happened on the first lap then, because clearly the officials feel that Fu Hao was assisted to the scene of his incident. So that does tell me a little bit more about it, because Fu Hao does not actually have that many errors. He had a problem yesterday, but that was traced to a difficulty with the car. So I would suspect then that Fu Hao has actually got a little bit more of a side to the story than we first thought, because they're now investigating the incident between himself and Renault Franco on the first lap at turn 12. 7 minutes to go in the race. Apologies if my throat is desperately trying to give out, a bit like the brakes on Martin Molnar's car into the hairpin there. I'm afraid I've got a touch of air conditioning flu. Apologies for that. Down the back straight. This is where Renault Franco can really start to eat into the pressure cooker on Martin Molnar. He's made that mistake. He doesn't want a pair of 50-pence pieces on the tyres on the front end of the car, and that's going to give Molnar a lot of homework. Stolchamanis currently 3rd. Look back though. And Stolchamanis is actually falling into the clutches of Weldon. He's had a really difficult lap there. So Stolchamanis on a 158.2. compared to the leaders in the 156s. And here comes Salim Hanna having a real attack on Adam Al-Azadi. He's going to leave his braking very late. Can he get the switcheroo from the outside to tuck back into the inside? No, Adam Al-Azadi is very wise to it. He knows that the next 2 corners are going to be right-handers. It'll keep him in the zone. But there's real pressure from Weldon on Stolchamanis. The Latvian has had a really scruffy lap. And as a result, check this out. He's got Weldon all over him, and Hanna is really pressuring Al-Azadi. So Chijin Rui and Alexander Savinkov are not far away now either. So that could get a little bit tasty before the end of this race. But Stolchamanis, he's twitching under braking. Something's not right. The balance does not seem to be suiting the Latvian at the moment. The problem with these tyres is they're very different, the GTs, compared to what these guys will be used to out in Europe. These GTs handle in a completely different way. It's almost like driving a completely different race car to the F4 races that they're used to in Europe. So let's see how it continues. Through the left, through the right, up the crest, and down towards the hairpin. Can anybody make the Max Verstappen-esque move? Not close enough yet is the answer, but this is getting tight. Stolchamanis, Weldon, Al-Azadi, Hanna, and Chijin Rui. This could be very tricky before the end of the race. Weldon's got a good run on Stolchamanis now. Down the back straight. And he's moving closer to the left-hand side of the circuit. Weldon's now got to attack. Absolutely brilliant opportunity. And it's an excellent situation for all of the contenders as they battle away for 3rd position. But it's a really tight run. Olivieri, Nakamura-Berta. What's the order going to be when they come back into view? In the 3rd position squabble. It's getting really heated. Who's first? It's Weldon! Weldon's come through first. So Weldon's now ahead of Stolchamanis. Hanna is now 5th. Chichenru is 6th, and Adam Al-Azhari has dropped back to 7th place. Sebastian Weldon has really taken the bull by the horns here, up into 3rd position and making a great race of it so far. Excellent work from Sebastian Weldon. Just like the tail end of last year in the F4 UAE Trophy. And this is more pressure from Stolchamanis. He locks up and he's got his teammate all over him. So Salim Hanna, the Colombian, under the tutelage of the 2-time Indy 500 winner Juan Pablo Montoya, is really nailing Stolchamanis' apexes, really putting him under some pressure now. Track limits warning for Emily Cotti, who's currently embroiled in a battle with Alexander Bondarev and Bader El Sulaiti. Out of the final turn of what would be the Formula One circuit. And look at Weldon, now that he's been released, he has gone, he has rocketed away and left these 4 to play with each other. Thanks boys, I'm off. And so Weldon charges up the crest. Stolchamanis 4th from Hanna, Chi and Al-Azhari. So it's going to be very tricky from here on up. But Emanuele Olivieri has not only pulled clear, he's now found another second. He's 2.6 seconds. Here's the move. Hanna diving on the inside line. And as they charge away for position, Hanna and Stolchamanis are squabbling away. We're going to drop back and see what other moves we can pick up on. There is the number 27, Alexander Bondarev, in his fledgling race of 2025, dueling away with the Race GP car of Emily Cotti. Super 1 Junior Rotax champion in Britain last season, switched to cars pretty much straight away. She's clearly trying to do the Oliver Behrman approach to Grand Prix racing. Skip the FIA karting and Champions of the Future Leagues altogether, jump straight into F4s and make it work. Andrew Pryor wants to know, is Sebastian Weldon related to Dan Weldon? You bet he is. He is from exactly the same family. Here we go, on the far side. Salim Hanna's got his run on Stolchamanis, who locks up, trying to hold it on the inside, but Hanna's there. He's got it round the outside. The Colombian is through into P4, and now there's nothing Stolchamanis can do to thwart his Chinese teammate. Chi Zhenrui is going to make mincemeat of him if he can't hold this together. Al-Azhari's dropped back just a little bit, trying to save a little bit on the tyres, no doubt. Savinkov getting a little bit closer to them as a result. Franco is 9th, Cole Hewitson is in 10th position. So this is a really exciting run. Great to see what these guys can do, and Chi Zhenrui looking really strong on the tail end now of Stolchamanis, whose tyres are screaming at him, enough, I can't handle it. So they're doing their best to give him a little bit more for the last minute and 40 seconds, but clearly a setup adjustment is going to be needed before race 2 for Stolchamanis. He made a fantastic start from 7th to 3rd, but he just didn't have the consistency. As Arjun Chaheda has picked up a track limits warning, as has Kian Nakamura Berta for the 2nd time. If he does it one more time, he'll get a penalty. So he's got to be very careful. 2 warnings for track limits is just about acceptable. 3 is not. There's the move from Savinkov. He dives in on Al-Azhari. Al-Azhari's got him on the switcheroo. He lets him have it, but he's going to go slow in, fast out, and they're going to be wheel to wheel down the back straight. Al-Azhari's got the inside line. Savinkov has got to let him have it. Meanwhile, up in front, this man has been absolutely invincible. Emanuele Olivieri, the Italian, is doing a sensational job for Race GP up front. He has pulled, get this, 4 seconds clear. Make that 4.2 seconds clear now on Kian Nakamura Berta. The word genius is used far too often, but Olivieri is living up to it. Here we go, side by side, as Chi Zhenrui is battling with Stolchamanis. Stolchamanis is trying to fight back. He's trying to go right round the outside. There's been an incident at the final chicane. We've got yellow flags. I'm not sure what's happened there, but certainly someone... Oh, into the pits has come the 95. That's Bader El Sulaiti, and Alex Powell has stopped out on the circuit by the look of it. I think we've lost Alex Powell. So Alex Powell's been dueling away with Bader El Sulaiti, and I'm afraid they're both gone. That is very disappointing indeed. I think we've had a couple of problems there. Yes, indeed, there is Bader El Sulaiti. So Bader El Sulaiti retiring from the race by the look of it. The Qatari having some difficulties, and Alex Powell having a problem as well. There might have been contact between the two. I don't want to confirm it until I know for sure. But Adam Al-Azhari's move on Alexander Savinkov, has brought Renault Franco into play, and Franco is swarming around behind Savinkov. Come on, get on with it or get out of the way. The time has ticked down to 0. So at the end of this lap, we will go into the last lap of the race. Olivieri 4 seconds clear of Nakamura Berta, 10 seconds clear of Sebastian Weldon. What a start to the season for Olivieri. Just perfect. On the move, Savinkov leaves it as late as possible to dive in on Al-Azadi, and that's a textbook overtake. That was straight out of Max Verstappen's copybook. Excellent work. Now Renault Franco fancies his chances. Well, if it was that easy, maybe I can do it. Olivieri goes into the final lap. Nakamura Berta chasing him down, but a full 5 seconds away. And Alex Powell and Beda Al-Sulaiti are under investigation for their incident, so clearly there must have been some kind of contact. Weldon in third, Hanna in fourth, Chi in fifth, and here's the battle for sixth. 4 men in it. Al-Azadi almost going off the road to get past Renault Franco. Watch for Savinkov on the far side as well. This could be the chance. Al-Azadi's going to have to go long. Franco's going to squeeze in there. Savinkov will come from the long way round. Cut back in on the inside of Al-Azadi. He'll get level with him. Al-Azadi chops across the nose cone. No chance. I'm not the kind of guy who was born yesterday. You're going to have to wake up a lot earlier than that to get the better of me. Very nicely done, and for the moment, Stojamanis holds on from Franco, Al-Azadi and Savinkov, and catching all of them is Cole Hewitson. The South African could pick up a place or two here on this final lap. They've got to keep their wits about them in this last part of the race. But out in front, it has been nothing but magic for the Italian, Emanuele Olivieri. Kian Nakamura Berta second, 5 seconds adrift. Sebastian Weldon another 5 seconds back. And this battle looks like it could go all the way down to the line. Still, Renault Franco hustles Thomas Stolchamanis, who's really struggling on tyres. He's gone wide. Franco's going to get him. Renault Franco gets him up the hill. Lovely job. But out in front, no worries at all for the Race GP man who started from pole position. He didn't just have a little bit on the field. He had a little bit on the field. Al-Azadi has a look, can't get past Stolchamanis, could sacrifice Savinkov, but out of the final turn will come the race victor. Emanuele Olivieri wins in fantastic fashion. The Italian stallion is here to stay at the sharp end of the field here in Abu Dhabi. Yas Marina is his playground. Kian Nakamura Berta 6.5 seconds back. Weldon 11 seconds back. Hanna in P4, Chi in P5, and it's going to be Renault Franco who comes home, I think, in P6. It is indeed from Savinkov, Stolchamanis, Al-Azadi and Cole Hewitson. What a phenomenal race to start the season. Disappointment for Thomas Stolchamanis, that is for sure. And frustration, I'll bet, for Adam Al-Azadi. But what an amazing race that was. Absolutely extraordinary. Now there is a last corner incident that is being investigated, I believe, between Salim Hanna and Adam Al-Azadi. So that is an interesting one. And also Thomas Stolchamanis just got his first warning for track limits. I'm amazed he didn't get more, considering how hard he was fighting the tyres. But there is nobody to handle Emanuele Olivieri. Just phenomenal. What a performance. There are victories and then there are crushing defeats. Emanuele Olivieri just romped away. That looked like a champion's drive, and we're only in the first race of 15. Emanuele Olivieri takes the win from Kian Nakamura Berta and Sebastian Weldon. Then Salim Hanna, Chichen Ri and Renault Franco fighting through to P6 from Alexander Savinkov, Thomas Stolchamanis, Adam Al-Azadi, and the top 10 rounded out by Cole Hewitson. Then it's Martin Molnar in front of the Macanese driver Thiago Rodriguez. Then it is Arjun Chaheda in front of Seth Gilmore, Jutta Suzuki in front of Alexander Bondarev and Emily Cotti, the rookies. August Raber in 18th from Kyoho Lee, Hamda Al-Kibesi, Taha Hasiba and Wangujur. Then David Cosma, Abdullah Ayman Kamel, Tamim Hasiba, the birthday boy, and sadly the retirements, Beda Al-Sulaiti, Alex Powell and Farah Al-Yusuf, along with Fuyu Hao, who we lost on the very first lap. Well, an absolutely extraordinary race to start the season. For one man, large and in charge up at the front, Race GP haven't just found a way to beat Mumbai Falcons, they found a way to destroy them. 6.5 seconds is just unbelievable. Sebastian Weldon through in third position. Second place for Kiya Nakamura-Berta. Great way to start his title attack. But Emanuele Olivieri is going to climb out of the car, and it's going to be a victory for the ages in F4. It's very rare that you win a race by that big a margin. 6.5 seconds is a week in F4 terms. Absolutely magnificent. Gets out of the car, and no doubt he will climb the race GP. And what a way for the Italian to start the year. Vincitore! Forza Race GP. They have started their year in the most spectacular fashion. That is Mama Olivieri. What a great, great start to the season. Dominance, jubilation, and there's going to be a lot of long faces at their rivals, Mumbai Falcons and Prema. How are they going to come back from that? Just a sensational run. They have mastered everything. They've mastered tyres, they've mastered the setup. Emanuele Olivieri kept his cool, and he built up that lead despite a safety car. That is just extraordinary. Olivieri was always a pretty quick kid in karting. He never had the luck to take into the races, but now he has more than made up for it here in F4 Middle East. What a start.
Hold it. Give me, I'll take it. Okay. Until midnight? You take everything? Take everything? You were worried about Ferrari? Exactly.
Every day, you don't know the things I go through. Day to day, every day, day to day, every day. You
Let's chat with the stars of the show then after the first race of the season. Third position for Prema Sebastian Weldon of the United States. Sebastian, that was a really tough drive out there. It got pretty serious in the second half of the race. What could you see from your side?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I just made sure I got a clean start and didn't end it on lap 1, and I was able to pass Thomas on the back straight and focus on my own race.
How big was the fluctuation of tyre degradation through the race? Because it looked like it really came to you at the end.
Yeah, it was quite big. Definitely had to be more smart with the driver. I nearly hit the wall a couple times in exit of 14, so it was definitely interesting.
Well, good stuff, Sebastian. Your first podium of the year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's bring on the man who was just in front of you, the rookie champion from 2024, going for the title in 2025, Kian Roberto. Good start to the season, good solid race there, second position, and good points to take into race 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, totally. Lacked a bit of pace compared to the leader today, but we'll work as a team, try to improve. Championship is long, and I mean, we try to get as many points as possible. See where we are at the end of it, really. Like last year, I was just scoring points, and then in the end, I was nearly won the championship. With a few other different outcomes, it could have been possible, but this year I'm here to try to take it home.
Congratulations, a great start to the season, Kian. Well done.
Thank you.
Let's bring on the man who checked out Charlie out in front for Race GP, the Italian Emanuele Olivieri. It's very hard to win by that big a distance in F4. Just how good was the car once it lit up after the safety car?
Yeah, after the safety car, after 2 laps, Keen was not more in the slipstream. I was just focusing on driving, and the car was really, really mega. I was improving almost every lap, and yeah, it was just a thing to arrive to the checker flag, and yeah, it was mega.
It's clear that this isn't just an Olivieri sport. This is very much Race GP's work. You and Alex have clearly got the pace. He didn't have the luck, but going into the races tomorrow, you guys should still be fairly strong.
Yeah, I don't know really what happened to Alex, but yeah, for sure we have a mega car. Unfortunately, last year I was not able to play for the victory, but I think this year we will be able to place for the victory. I will do it all, and then we will see where we will end up.
Fantastic, Emanuele. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Let's grab a quick word with the rookie winner, Salim Hanna, who had a very tough race out there, fighting his way through. You really had to get your elbows out there, Salim, for that one. So a very satisfying start to the season with your first rookie win.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good to be back and had a good result in the first race. I think the start was pretty decent. I think I gained 2 positions, if I'm not wrong. But then in the middle of the race, I had a bit of incident with Seb, and then I lost a bit of time. But yeah, and then I got a bit of fighting with other drivers at the end of the race. But we know where's the margin to improve, and we will improve for the next race.
1 down, 14 to go. Well done, Salim.
Thank you.
First race of the year, great start, and plenty still to come. In second position for the United Kingdom, Kian Nakamura Berta. A podium finish for the Mumbai Falcons ace, rookie champion last year, going for the big one in 25. But your race winner for Italy, triumphant in the first race of the year. Let's welcome the rookie winner as well for Colombia, Salim Hanna. And in deference to our driver on the top step of the podium, I do believe we will hear the national anthem for Italy. All right. Apologies, apparently we will not hear the Italian national anthem on this occasion. I'm sure we'll hear it many times through the season though. It's my honour to invite Davide De Govi, the General Manager of Top Speed, to present the trophies to our drivers. Starting with, in third position for the United States at Prema Racing, Sebastian Weldon! And in second position for Great Britain and Mumbai Falcons, Kian Nakamura Bata! And to our race winner for Italy and for Race GP, Emanuele Olivieri! And last but by no means least, the Rookie Cup winner for Colombia and Mumbai Falcons, Salim Hanna! A massive congratulations to our drivers who have started the season off in victorious fashion. What a great beginning to the F4 Middle East Championship. They posed for the photographs, and after a fantastic first race of the season, they can now celebrate in style. Davide, you might want to run for it. It's time for our boys to get busy with the busy! Congratulations to our drivers. We start the season in victorious fashion. We'll see you back again tomorrow morning for race 2. Next up, Formula Regional Middle East.
Ah bah voilà, bravo champion.